Good morning. Welcome back. So, before we get started, see if you can remember the 6 characteristics of life from yesterday. And then also think about, why do scientists do experiments anyway? How'd you do? All living things grow and develop, use energy and make waste, reproduce, are made of similar chemicals, respond to their surroundings, and are made of cells. So today we're going to talk all about experiments. You've already taken the survey, and if you selected plant experiments, your materials are already in the mail. They should start arriving this week or next week. First, we're going to talk about how to design an experiment. So we're going to watch a short video. Maybe you're familiar with Mythbusters, which I love them because they're based in the Bay Area and do really cool experiments. Before we look at a video, let's talk about some terminology. So for any kind of experiment, you have a hypothesis. This is your educated guess. It's an explanation of what's going to happen and something you can test. You have something called an independent variable. This is what you changed in the experiment. So for the video you're about to watch, look at what they're changing in the experiment, what the independent variable is going to be. The dependent variable is what you're going to measure during the experiment. Usually it's something you measure at the end. It's what you record in your data table. And then finally, you're going to be looking for the control variable or control variables. Those are things that stayed the same in the experiment to make sure that your data are reliable.
Okay, so what are we working on now?
Our next myth is talking to plants. Now, there's a lot of people out there that think your plants will grow better if you talk to them.
What if you hate plants and you're really mean to them?
We can try that too.
You know what I'd like to try is music. They say classical music makes your plants grow better, but we should mix it up. I'll get some heavy metal and classical and see which one works better.
Sounds good to me.
They're going to build 7 self-contained greenhouses. A control will have silence. One will have 24-hour heavy metal music. Another classical. 2 will be fed sweet talk, and the last 2 will get abuse. At Greenhouse Central, only the control house has had silence. For the rest, 4 weeks of constant rotation CDs and cajoling to test if plants grow better if they're talked to.
Need to grow real big. We got the state fair coming up in about a month. You guys look like champs. All right.
Yeah! Come on, baby! Yeah! Go! Come on! Yeah! Go! 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 Oh, yeah!
That's going to be good for them. That will, really inspire these guys to grow a little bit better.
Oh my gosh! You guys are doing
Strangely enough, halfway through the experiment, trends are emerging.
My sweet words must have an enormous effect on my plants because these plants are growing much better than my nasty plants. This guy here is huge. He's got little arms reaching out, grabbing on. So far, talking nice is actually working, and I hate to say it, Scotty might be proving me wrong.
Talking nicely to plants, making them grow better. Is Carrie losing her mind?
Oh, lovely morning to all you peas. Look at all the nice little peas growing in there. Oh, I love you peas.
I'm worried about all of us.
They know how I feel.
I think we need some psychological evaluation.
Now for the hard data. Does talking to plants help them grow?
So this is the classical music.
Classical music.
Turns out, not as well as playing them music.
Wow! Dude,
Right?
those look like very healthy plants.
They're buff.
All I hear is, "Ah! Ah!"
Number 7.
The metal house was the best performer of all.
How many pea buds?
But in both music houses, the plants were healthier, taller, and had the biggest peas.
My God, metal is huge. These plants are enormous compared to everything else. I
think heavy metal rules.
I think heavy metal.
Totally rules.
16 inches.
Talking nice or nasty made no difference.
17. 2 pods.
2 shriveled pea pods, number 8.
Carrie's nice house did better than her nasty one, but the opposite was true for Scotty.
30 grams.
30 grams on number 8.
And the silent control house was the worst performer of all.
Say 9 grams.
9 grams, number 6.
So I went through all the data of what your plants did, and by and large, actually, hands down, talking and music did better than the control. There was larger biomass, larger yield, bigger pea pods.
So what do we think? Is it busted, plausible, or confirmed?
Well, this team did really good on this job, but the sample's not quite big enough to say confirmed. However, I'm really impressed. It is totally plausible.
Wow.
Interestingly, although talking helps, it doesn't matter what you actually say to your plants. That's what our data says. It says you could curse at it, you could be kind to it. The plant doesn't know the difference. But music for a bumper crop, let there be rock.